G'day guys, welcome back to Beers and Breakevens, heading into round 24. We're starting to fall short on episodes, Timmy. Not many more to come, unfortunately.
Well, we're running down the clock a little bit, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's, except for the announcement of SuperCoach finals, but
That's true.
Yeah.
That'll be a new game, but yeah, SuperCoach coming to the pointy end of the season. And hot tip, I'm blunt as fuck, but you're doing good things.
I'm doing good things. Very happy about it. Yeah. Life's good at the moment, mate. The Stallions we're humming. The Raiders are humming. The Grizzlies are in all sorts. So, look, all good things come to an end. So I'm not getting my hopes too high, despite a bit of a gap emerging between yourself and I. You say it's done.
It's done. You know it's done.
I do not know it's done.
Can I tell you what Tim said to me this afternoon? He goes, all that needs to happen is that you captain someone that gets 150 and my captain gets injured in the first 2 minutes. That's all that needs to happen. Fucking please. It's done.
I didn't say the first 2
I know you
minutes.
don't want to jinx yourself, but it's done. It's dead and buried. The weekend was just the dagger that I just couldn't fucking handle.
Yeah, it was a huge dagger for you.
The last final kick in the dick.
Nah, you're not done. It's about 600, 4 weeks to go. That's 150 a week. What we did establish is that made me think, all right, I'm very well positioned, points aside, is that a lot of our key high upside players are similar, namely fullback.
Yeah.
And that's where, all right, because what I was sort of alluding to was this time of year, we see a lot of big 150 plus scores. I mean, it was Teddy on the weekend. They more often than not tend to come from fullback. So I was like, all right, if you have a fullback that I don't have, and I'm sure your trades will probably be done accordingly, they go 150 plus. My captain either gets injured early or just stinks it up and scores 40 or 50. Happens. That swings things very quickly. I know it has to happen, but I just know the narrative can change very quickly. And I also know that if I go an early crow and I lose and you get another title, I will never live it down. So I need to be somewhat cautious.
Yeah, no, and I get that from your perspective, but in reality, it is fucking Red Rover. It is going to be very, very tough to come back. Because even if I go someone rogue to try and catch you, like if it doesn't work out that week, all of a sudden it's 700 points in 3 weeks. And it's only going to take one of those weeks that the most likely outcome occurs that it stretches out. So,
yeah, well,
look, I'm white flagging, I'm accepting it. I've carried on like a fucking tit for 3 years in a row. This is me accepting some humble pie. If I can even take it a step further, I'm sitting here this afternoon, and Kat can be my witness to this.
Yeah, I know what you're going to say.
You know what I'm going to say? Pops up, Jesse Raymond Ninja. I went, oh, fuck, that sucks for Tim. And Kat goes, is that sarcasm? I went, no. He's 1,600. He's genuinely doing well. I want him to get as high as he possibly can.
He did say that.
I did say that.
He said if he's going to lose to you, he wants to see you do as well as possible.
Yes.
You have conceded.
I've given up all fucking hope. Now, how did we go on the weekend? I scored about 7. It was a bad weekend for me. 1,140 I scored. Rank. Oh, you know what the final kick in the dick was on the weekend? When you've got Harry Grant, I've got Connor Watson, and they took the try assist off Connor Watson and gave it to your James Tedesco to put him up to 190. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Fuck this. Teddy deserved it 100 million. I can't believe Connor got it in the first place. But it was just like, it was just a visual middle finger from SuperCoach to me that I was just
That
like, I
point
didn't need
swing, that point swing may have been the final dagger. Because that's a substantial. Because Watson, obviously would have had the line assist and tries. So there's 20, another 20 for me for Teddy. So there's a 40-point swing.
Yeah. But I don't know how Connor ever got it in the first place anyway. I scored 1,140. That drops my rank down to 9,583. I dropped down 2,900 spots.
How many points you on?
I'm on 28,257. What are you?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got you by 720.
Okay, it's done. It's fucking done. Let's call it a day. Put a fork in the kid. Congratulations, Timmy. Your first trophy. No, seriously, mate. Congratulations. You deserve it. If you want to look down the barrel and thank anyone, I know you've waited 3 years for this. Please go ahead.
No, he's got 4 weeks to write his speech.
3 weeks now.
3 weeks.
3 weeks. But you can start writing it now. You can start saying it now, mate. Congratulations.
I
Your 2025 Beers and Breakevens champion, Tim Williams. How good?
I'm not going any early crows, but I may have my novelty item purchased in the event that I were to win the season.
Have you already brought it?
There should it prevail this way, it was gifted to me, and it's outstanding.
Okay, I'm into that.
But I didn't test the universe by purchasing it. It was gifted to me, and I'm like, in the event I win Beers and Breakevens this year, it's outstanding.
Did you pay that person to purchase it for you?
No.
Okay, just checking.
I tell you what, when you do win, you better come with more asshole energy than this, okay? Because I need more from you.
I can't do it yet.
What? You can do it. This is fluoro vest stuff again from you. Lean in, my friend. What'd you score on the weekend? Where are you ranked?
1,432. So I had a ripper of a round, mate. Had the VC on Teddy. And the way it ended up, I'm up to 1,600th overall. So going well. The way it ended up, when Tanner Boyd got ruled, I was going to go VC Nico in to see Teddy. And then there was rain coming in for the Sharkies game and Tanner Boyd got dropped.
Yeah.
So my AE was going to be Kikau or Rinakama. I'm like, cool, that's not bad.
Yeah.
So I went, all right, I'll VC Teddy for his 80 to 100, hopefully a few more. Did not preempt 189. Got the sensory-free VC loop and, yeah, that was the one. I'm reluctant to whinge too much because of the whole Herbie thing, but I'm getting freaking ransacked by injury. That's the only thing that's concerning me a little bit for this chase to sort of the top 1,000, top 500. But I do have 5 trades. But, yeah, as of the weekend, Nikora getting suspended for the rest of the season with a 3 minutes to go shoulder charge. Lost Ramian this week, which again would be fine. But I'm like, why on the week there was a day game against the Titans in Cronulla? Isaiah Yo's still not back. So they're adding up, but we're looking all right.
After the Herbie thing, I would have been reluctant to complain if I was you too, actually.
Yeah, but I've had a sickening amount of injuries. But we're handling it so far.
Now, the woman of the hour. She had a big week.
I did, finally.
Big raises. Talk to me. Where'd you go?
Very happy. I scored 13 for 3. I haven't seen a 3 for a hot minute. I actually traded in AFB and Lomax, which were just kind of roguey decisions, but they worked.
Interesting.
My score worked for me in the end. I actually captained Cleary as well. I wish I'd obviously captained Teddy, but I didn't. But I still got those points because I have him on my side and still ranked in the 30,000. But
I thought you went up 12,000 spots.
Okay, it wasn't 12,000. It was I went up
12,000 weekly, maybe? No,
yeah. 12,000 weekly. Could be. That's the knowledge of a winner right there. Knew exactly what happened. Anyway. My rank doesn't matter. My score is what matters.
Raining points.
Yeah. Just sea of green.
Raining Haddads and dogs.
That's impressive, though.
Thank you.
Big month.
Yeah.
She's definitely got trades in
deserved
that.
more.
I had enough
I've been working on that
trades.
for like 40 seconds.
Her dads and dogs.
Yeah, instead of cats and dogs.
It's good.
Get it?
Don't mind it.
Cat,
Thank
her
you.
dads and dogs.
Thank you. That was the week that was for your Beers and Breakevens family. Now, Lontel, major sponsors for season 2025, doing great things. Had a few people that crossed the white picket fence over the weekend that had signed up but hadn't got it connected, which was great to see. More of you are out there, and I know who you are, and I know where you are, and I think it's time you make the jump. On behalf of your good friends, Timmy and Rue and Arnie Cat over there, I think you make the move. Have you been called Arnie Cat before?
By my nephew, yeah.
That checks out. That makes total sense now I think about it. I think it's time to make the move, Timber. Fastest internet I have ever experienced. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, the last thing people want is Rue late at night just lurking under your windowsill.
Yeah. And if you think, it sounds like a bit of fun, ask Keanu Keeney. It's not. It's been dreadful for the poor kid. He's hated it. 18th man this week. Hello. And I found out quicker than anyone because I had Lontel internet, and that motherfucker fired up at fucking 2 seconds past ball. And I was on it.
Exactly right. Mate, I've got the world's best plug for Lontel. I just need to find it. This came out of nowhere. Carry on.
Lontel link is down in the description if you would like to join. Free internet for the first week. Go and test it out. Let us know how you go. Himothy, talk to me.
Well done, mate. You did good there. Someone commented on the YouTube a couple of weeks ago, how is Lontel quicker than others? Same network, being very smart. They might have just been asking a very normal question, but I started replying. Then
it sounds smug. Not that I know what they're asking.
It sounded smug, and I was like, So I messaged the great man Andrew over at Lontel, and he said, all roads are the same. Some have less cars on them. Some are highways, and some are 60 kilometres. He said, Lontel is a highly optimised network with a higher ratio of bandwidth per customer.
Well, there you go.
How good's that?
It's giving Autobahn.
Yeah.
Who asked that question?
Long arm, short arm.
Long arm, short arm. Long arm, short arm's driving in a school zone.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
He's probably driving with the short arm as well.
Probably took him 2 weeks to type that on his internet.
Yeah, exactly right. I'm surprised he got through. Yeah, we're driving.
He was typing that in round 17.
We're driving on those highways in Utah along the Salt Lakes where there's no speed limit.
Ooh, absolutely flying. So go check out Lontel, doing great things, and they support us here at Beers and Breakevens. Shall we get stuck into? By the way, once again, shout out to everyone. We had a stack of more jerseys that were brought last week as well. So shout out to all you guys. Those orders have been put in. So you're looking at about a 4 to 6 wait until they'll be in your paws. But thank you once again, guys, for all your support. It actually blew us away how many of you brought jerseys. It was sensational. So unreal. Shout out to the Beers and Breakevens community doing special things. Should we get into Teamless Tuesday?
Let's do it.
Panthers, Storm, Thursday, Combank, Panthers 1-17. No changes there for the Melbourne Storm. No Ryan Pappenhausen. It was a bit weird, this one. I sort of had fears injury at first. Sounds like it was a concussion potentially at training. It sort of was taken in and out. I saw Physio having one of his little fits in his community group or whatever they're called, broadcast group. His broadcast group. Go join it if you haven't. It's a must. There was a bit of miscommunication, but it turns out I believe it was a HIA, so Nick Meaney jumps back into the fullback role. Anything you want to touch on in that game, mate?
No, it was a bit of a weird one, Pap. He also sort of caught everyone off guard, so
surprised me.
Had to be a little, unless they picked something up post-game, but nearly had to be a training one, so no Isaiah, that's all I care about.
Friday, Warriors, Dragons, 6 p.m. This one's from Go Media. Tanner Boyd comes back in to play halfback. Wade Egan in the 9. Healy off the bench for this one. Kate Well and Tomato Martin out, so we do see Lecker. He starts the game once again. For the Dragons, Buchanan, he lines up at centre again. Matt Fangai will be in the other centre spot. Allen on the wing. Molo, he returns to the team on the bench. Tui Pelotu, he is on the extended bench, worth noting. Anything from that game, Timbo?
No, not really, mate. There'd be a few Lecker owners out there that hope to see him starting again with Capewell out. And as a Tanner Boyd owner, I mean, the last thing you want to see is Tamari Martin with the head knock, so hopefully he's all right with his history. But, yeah, again, this time of year, just a number on the field. But I would imagine, hopefully, if tomorrow's okay, that he comes back in for Tanner next week anyway.
You'd think so, yeah. Roosters Bulldogs, 8 p.m. from Allianz. CY Wong out of this side. Butcher onto the edge. Wouldn't be surprised if Robbo makes some late changes there to that forward pack and stuff. For the Bulldogs, Connor Tracy on the extended. I think Ciro said in the post-game press conference last week that Tracy was close to playing last week. So I'd say Amos definitely plays this week and lines up at fullback. Much to take out of that game, mate?
There's a little bit just around the Connor Tracy stuff. Obviously, if he comes back in, it does impact some Supercoach relevant players. Jacob Kiro's back to the wing. I think better there, really. Yeah,
I agree.
We speculated about it. We sort of suspected that maybe he was going to have the same amount of runs and tackle busts regardless, and he just doesn't get those easy dive over tries off the back of Critter. So... And he was also playing centre, to be fair. Yeah. So back on the wing if that happens. I'm a Rinakama owner, more as it was a cash depth sort of thing. But I would imagine he drops out and Tuala keeps it. And then we sort of spoke about it a fair bit on the Bloke podcast. And I saw you throw a reel out today. But Crichton playing that awesome, especially for Supercoach, hybrid fullback centre role. Yeah. One to keep an eye on next year, because if he keeps doing that, and potentially for the run home, they've just got a brutal run home. But yeah, Crichton, where he's chiming in at fullback while sort of stationed at centre, it's a good Supercoach.
Big watch, because he looks tremendous there at the moment.
Big watch.
Yeah. Let's move to Super Saturday. We've got the Sharkies and the Titans. That one's at Shark Park, 3 p.m. Saturday. Hiroti and Talakai will line up in the centres. No Ramian. Billy Burns Toast comes in on the edge. Nikora obviously suspended for The remainder of this NRL SuperCoach season, right? Because you've got a buy in there.
Yeah.
Tough going.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, not ideal
I
for
wish
you.
it. I said just why Titans at 3 p.m. in Cronulla. Anyway, we move on.
Sammy and Jojo have been named in the centres. Tony Francis on the wing for the Titans. Mo Fodawaker returns. Tino in at 13. A big in for those that held him. Keanu Keeney on the extended. I don't know. There's a bit doing around with Jojo that apparently he's not going to play. Maybe Keeney comes in at fullback. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I think Tino's probably the big news there, mate.
Huge. Now, there'd be a lot of people who, probably only a few people out there, especially those who own a lot of Raiders, who are sitting there working out what their sit v starts. And some teams may not have a lot of options, to be fair.
Yep.
Let's say you do have a few decent options. You're playing Tino this week or not?
He would be 16 or 17 for me. I wouldn't be hyper confident on playing him.
I'm saying
I'd have
he'll
to be pretty desperate.
He's a last gasp sort of player. Like I just want to see him come back and have a week.
Yeah, I think in an ideal situation, there's other guys I'd rather play over him. And I mean, I'm looking at my reserves. Maybe there fucking isn't, to be fair.
It's
This is a shit
harder than it
show.
looks.
I'll tell you what was the other little last kick in the dick last weekend. Not that it mattered because I couldn't loop, but I had to use him as AE when Des Hasler went. He ran out to the car park at the Gold Coast and went, you can play Tui Simpkins. I was like, fuck me. And all I could see was your smug, cheesy fucking grin. I was like, fucking no, I hate that guy. Punishing.
And
that's
then-
the grin. See it, Kat? That's the cheesy grin that I just hate.
Yeah.
Keeps me awake at night.
Yeah.
The camera even went out of focus on you.
Yeah.
It was like,
Was that
relax.
Yeah. Not ideal for you, mate. Is he, so I haven't checked, is he on the bench this week? No.
He's on the extended.
Just what you need.
Yeah, fantastic. Anything else to touch on in that game, mate?
No.
Bronx, Finn, Suncorp Stadium, 5:30 Saturday. Karapani gets back into the side on the sting. Cobbo obviously out. Walters at 5'8", Ben Hunt at 7 with the two halves out there. Pakes in the 9, Smoothie in jersey 14. For the Finn, Francis Molo is out. Kenny Bromwich gets an opportunity on the bench in that side. Karapani, probably a big one there, mate. People that have held on. I know that I tried to sell him and just got awkwardly stuck with him. I'm sure a lot of people have been in a similar boat.
Oh, yeah. I'm included where I've wanted to sell him since he's been dropped. Honestly, I think I was going to sell him before he got dropped because they had the good run. He wasn't scoring well. Feels like an age ago now, but yeah, he's very handy number now, especially because he got it over Jesse Arthur, who has fallen off a cliff at the Broncos.
Mate, he has gone from he was a half away from a Clive Churchill medal, in my opinion, to not getting a bait in this side when there's injuries and stuff.
Yeah.
It is like there's guys that don't want to be at the Broncos that are leaving next year that are getting picked over him. It's just insane how it's played out for him.
As you said, to your point of like Karapani, people have not been able to get rid of him. 43% owned among the top 1%, 47% owned among the top 10% overall.
I hate that.
So do I, but with all the injuries that are happening, I'm kind of like, I'm happy to have a player.
Yeah, but I really wish the people that had no trades out there were getting punished instead of rewarded, getting players back. That shits me. But yes, in your situation where you're losing players and you're trying to compete for the back end, I get it. Let's move to Rabbitohs Eels out there at Allianz again. The Rabbitohs, Trell, he will line up at centre still. Havili at prop, Shaq on the bench, Cody Walker on the extended bench. For the Eels, Dill Brown remains at centre. They are 1-17 from last weekend. The only change is Iongi. He's on the extended bench. I would assume that means he comes in at fullback. I assume that means Joe Ash either goes to the bench or plays 5'8". We'll wait and see how that plays out. Not too relevant from a Supercoach point of view, though.
Unless you're a Supercoach draft player and
unless you're a Supercoach draft player and your whole life relies on the result this weekend and you're deciding between Joe Ash or Keeney as your fullback and neither of them looks like they're probably going to play 80 minutes despite Joe Ash having a really good matchup and Keeney being your first round draft pick. There's a bit to take in. There's a little bit to take in. And Jason Riles, I know you're watching this. Give Kelmer some more minutes this week. Your boy needs a back rower. Anything else you want to touch on that one?
No.
Would have been nice if Latrell was playing fullback. I would have been very interested in that. But anywho. West Tigers, Seagulls, Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Tigers, May returns at centre, as does Stafford Toa. Outside of that, nothing major with the West Tigers coming off the bye. For the Seagulls, Lehigh will line up at fullback, which means that Tommy Talau goes back to the bench, which means that Ruben Garrick lines up in the centres. Burbo on the edge. Simpkin wears jersey 9 this week, and Jazz will be in jersey 13, replacing Jake Travojevic, who is out with a HI and A. What do you got for me in that one, mate?
Interesting. He's out with a head injury assessment. There you go.
Isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's out with concussion. He had a head
He's
head
not
injury
the one
assessment.
doing the assessment yet.
You two suck.
For what it's worth, the only reason I pulled you up on that is because I wrote that in an article at one point and got roasted from pillar to post for it. So I'm just on high alert for it.
That fills my cup a little bit. Cowboys Knights, 4:05 p.m. from North Queensland. For the Cowboys, Harrison Edwards on the bench. Cohen Hess out. I think Jordan McLean's playing as well. Valia's 18th man. For the Knights, Connor Vitano makes his debut, which is very, very good to see. One that I advise you keep an eye on. Gagai, he moves back into the centres as just another middle finger to me. Frizzell in jersey 13. Phoenix Crossland is out, and Matty Arthur on the bench there. Anything to take away from that game, my friend?
Gagai's the big one. Like, just the ebbs and flows of Supercoach, right? Like, there are things where I sit here and go, shit, I'm copying lots of injuries, and don't get me wrong, like, Gagai at centre's not the worst thing in the world, but I'm like, oh, Gagai with a great matchup. I would look to potentially get him in this week for Jesse Ramey, and all of a sudden at centre, he didn't goal kick for some reason last week. Cogger took over. He just becomes like a no-go. And look, could still absolutely score well, but he just falls off the buy radar.
Yeah, don't love it. Do not love it at all. And the mighty Canberra Raiders, they are on the bye this week. Jeez, I can't wait for your game against Penrith next week.
How good's it going to be?
It's going to be a cracker. Right, Timbo, the big news coming out of our team list there. Obviously, Ryan Pappenhausen. I'm very keen to see what the NRL Physio has got for us. Let's throw to him and have a look now.
Alrighty, friends. SuperCoach relevant injuries for this week. The three big ones from the Bronx. We have Adam Reynolds, Ezra Mam, Selwyn Cobbo with their hamstring injuries. Look, I think Reynolds is a chance to come back in 4 weeks. That'd be around 27-ish. So if you're a Reece Walsh owner, he's probably got the kicking for at least the regular season, or maybe not the final game. So nice little addition to his value there. But Mam and Cobbo sound like into finals and potentially season over. So big blow for them. Jesse Ramian, he'll be 4 to 6 with a thumb fracture. We can see guys with finger and hand fractures come back a little bit quicker in like 3 weeks. It's really hard to speed up thumb fractures. So if you're an owner there, you're probably it's probably regular season over, unfortunately for him. Ryan Pappenhausen, he is out this week. A bit of toing and froing on the information there on the Storm website and the NRL website as well, but it looks like it's a concussion. So he didn't have a HIA on the weekend. He's obviously presented either with delayed symptoms or had an incident at training. We're not quite sure what that is there. I think the main concern here, like in terms of missing multiple weeks, only about 10% of players in the NRL miss multiple weeks after a concussion, but the risk is quite increased when you have what we would term loosely like a complex history with concussion. So Paps definitely qualifies for that. He had in 2021 after Magic Round, he got levelled by Fui Mayono, I think it was, and he missed 10 weeks. Because he was having recurrent, like quite severe symptoms. So it just increases his risk. It's about 40 or 50%. It increases the risk if you've got that history there. So look, like still odds well and truly in his favour to only miss a week. But he is one of those guys you're at a heightened kind of sensitivity to these kind of blows. Khan Pereira, he's 4 to 6 weeks with his hamstring injury. Bit of a carnage at the Titans in the outside backs, because Brian Kelly, he's also out for a week with concussion. Jojo Fafita's been named, but the indication out of the Titans and the whispers there is that he is very, very unlikely to play. So Guru, for your man Keanu Keeney, that spell, like, yeah, it looks pretty good there, because if Jojo's out, you know, unless they move Beau Fermor to the centres potentially, I would say it's a red-hot chance that AJ Brimson moves to the centres and Keeney starts at fullback. But it might be a little bit too much for him, only coming off 40 minutes in Q Cup straight away to 80 minutes in the NRL, especially off that surgery. So we'll wait and see there. Tino is back. I've got no real concerns with Tino there. MCL, the ring injury risk is low. Performance is barely affected. So, yeah, not too many concerns there. I would start Tino with confidence. Moses Sully, he's going to be out till around 27, so moderate grade MCL injury there. Just worth mentioning Dane Gagai. He didn't goal kick over the weekend. Obviously, he's moved back to the centres, but the big thing with the goal kicking, he did have a compression around one of his thighs that he hadn't been wearing in previous weeks. And Jack Cogger had been in the team, but not kicking in previous weeks either. So the fact that that switched over, potentially Gags has a bit of an issue there that he's playing through, and that's why he didn't goal kick on the weekend. Whether that lingers or not, as we've seen with different like groin issues and stuff like that, that can linger for 3 to 4 weeks, so it could be a problem. Isaiah Yeo, if you're in the broadcast channel on Instagram that I have, talked about how the comments from Ivan Cleary last week weren't super positive for like a quick return. It sounded like more down that 3-week end of the usual recovery time for Isaiah Yeo. So he's going to miss this week, potentially even next week, and be back after that. I think, you know, it brings up the potential that Penrith aren't letting on the full extent of the damage. We know this time of year they are the absolute pros at keeping that injury information hush-hush and injuries being a lot worse than they actually are. But there's also the potential that they just want to give it a couple of extra weeks. They're in the top 4 now. They're doing really well. You know, do they just give it a couple of weeks to strengthen it up to reduce his re-injury risk moving forward? So in terms of trades, I mean, it's very, very tough to trade out somebody who potentially could be there for you, you know, around 25, 26, 27. Which Yo absolutely could be. But I mean, if you're flush with trades, you're head-to-head, you know, you're going to have a crack at it. I mean, Isaiah Yo's not exactly a high upside guy, so I wouldn't be against trading him out if you've got like 4 or 5 trades. I think that's a good move. And then Cam Murray, we've been talking about he's definitely going to come back, which, yeah, confused me. I don't really understand the upside there. But it was the first time from the Rabbitohs last week that we saw a little bit of hesitation. I think Wayne Bennett said we're still tossing up the positives and negatives to that risk and reward. So, yeah, just worth mentioning. But, yeah, if you like information like this, Magic Sponge Podcast, Sunday night, Monday morning. But otherwise, we will chat next week.
Now, Blue Wealth Property. They have got an event that is live via webinar. That's on Thursday, the 21st of August. Buying a property in your super. So only 2% of Aussies retire with an annual income in retirement of more than $100,000. Less than 8% retire with an $80,000 income in retirement. A few Australians are turning to investing in property in their superannuation to fill the retirement gap. Blue Wealth have helped many Aussies buy property in their super. Tune into their webinar on Thursday, the 21st of August, to find out how it all works. I love a webinar, Timmy.
You do love a webinar.
Oh, they're so good. Hoodie on the lounge.
I love talking superannuation.
Did I say that wrong?
No.
Oh.
I'm not taking the piss out. Jeez, on edge, mate.
I'm a little bit on edge now that my season's over. I'm a little bit salty.
Wow.
I'm a little bit upset, okay? I'm going to take ownership of that. I'm a little bit upset.
You are. But yeah.
I've never experienced losing in SuperCoach. This is the first time it's ever happened to me.
Yeah, you're rattled.
Beers and Breakevens.
Yeah,
like it's a weird, I know you're probably used to it, but it's all coming new to me, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm on track to put a big enough gap on you that I'll have beaten your deficits for me for the last 3 years. So therefore, I've become number one.
Just an amateur player
based
went
on
out.
Point
based on
point
points
differentials, you're
Of course it is.
back to square one.
Oh yeah, back to square one. Well, I actually take the lead overall. So
Just showed up to play Classic for the first year. Thought I need to find someone to join me. Went and found the biggest expert in the game. Beat him 3 on the trot.
found a mentor.
Now we lose one. It's just like, fuck. And there will be ramifications for this loss too. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Guru, you only won one. You won the last 3. I'm like, no, we don't lose at Grizzly Town. It doesn't happen. There will be ramifications. There might even be a rebrand on the cards, Kat.
Kat, is that you playing the tiny violin or is that someone else?
Hey, it's just about setting standards. You know, the Stallions lost for 3 years. Nothing changed over there. At the Grizzlies, heads and paws will fucking roll. Know that, okay? There will be changes and we'll be back bigger and better.
I think it says all about the Grizzlies that you're 4 weeks out and you've thrown in the towels. Like, instead of fighting and having a crack, you've thrown in the towel.
No, we're
that
just...
that is the calibre of person you've got at your club.
No, mate, I'm a bit like Jason Riles. I'm looking to the future. I'm looking at how we're going to improve in the future because this is not acceptable.
You had an opportunity to be Ivan Cleary. After 3 wins in a row, you could have come back and said, you know what? This isn't the end. You haven't done that.
No.
You've pulled the Jason Riles card too early. I think.
We're Jason Riles. Lesser one thing about Jason Riles, but we're trying to do our best Jason Riles over here.
Ivan is
About
probably
a metre short of Jason Riles.
If you want to talk about a dynasty, you can't give up on it that quickly.
Yeah. Ivan's about to make it 5 on the trot, coming from last place after the comp.
Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of throwing in the towel, big words from a Raiders fan there. Ivan's about to make it 5 in a row. You're minor premiers, mate. Home final.
I just don't want to go the early crow.
Fucking please. Coward. We were talking about Blue Wealth Property. Buying a property in your super. That's a live webinar. That is Thursday, the 21st of August. The link is down below in the description. Go and slap that. Go check it out and be there to gain some more education. Now, Blue Wealth Property, they've obviously put up 5,000 of the best Australian dollars for the winner overall this year. At the moment in the lead. Timbo, do you want to take us away here? Because I believe you you have some connections.
Yeah. Shout out to a good pal of mine, Meg McCarthy. Mog, as you might know her as. You partied with her in Vegas. Mog's mate, you right over there or what?
It was the punters group. A video just started, music started playing. I'm sorry.
Are we boring you, Kat?
Yes.
She does this sometimes.
Yeah. Anyway, partied with Mog over in Vegas and her mate, Neil, coach of methamphetamines, leading the charge in the Beers and Breakevens group in 4th overall. So, yeah, loves the show and good on you, Neil.
Neil's the one with no shins or feet, isn't he?
Oh, wow. I'm not going to lie. That took me a second.
Thank you. So shout out to you, Neil, doing good things. Closely followed by Matthew from Hasta La Vista, followed by They Killed Keeney, which I still don't enjoy. Then the Untalented Guthos. How good. So shout out to you guys. We've got 4 of you in the top 10 there at the moment playing for $5,000 dues. And our top scorer this week was Brendan. He coaches ZWOW Massive. Am I missing something there? ZWOW. It's a capital Z.
Jason Riles again,
potentially. 1,577. That's enormous. And he only went up 4,000 spots. That's wild. It's tough going.
Really?
Yeah. Brendan, send us an email, beersandbreakevens@gmail.com, and we will get you sorted. Send your address for the love of God. All right. Timmy's Stats Deep Dive. Our first one, shock me, Gerringong boy, Tyrant Wishart. Talk of the town, Melbourne Storm 7. Last year's Melbourne Storm 6. The fill-in, Wonder Boy. Son of Rod. What do you got for me?
Good intro.
Thank you.
Dual 5'8", halfback, 363K, negative for break even. In 6 big minute games this season, so I'm assuming that must be about 65, 70 plus, he's averaging 51.2 points per game. Not outstanding, but I mean, when you're paying for the player with some decent upside, dual position, freeing up cash in the process, pretty solid, like very playable. However, if we can cast our mind back to 2024, the season of Wishy.
Yep, I'm there.
12 games, 80 minutes. Average 79.
Oh, wow. That's good gear.
Don't mind it at all. Tough run for the Storm, but the man just runs the ball. Good things happen.
Just takes them on. Yeah, don't mind that. Also not in a bad little spot on that right edge with Eli Katoa and whatnot. Could be worse.
Or from a bad spot, Gerringong.
Yeah, from a great spot.
You didn't mention that he's Ruben Garrick's brother-in-law as well.
He is too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it's just endless connections with Wishy.
Reuben Garrick, also a Gerringong boy.
Exactly.
The royal family of Gerringong. The Wisharts and the Garricks came together.
Yeah. With all the success of the players out of Gerringong over the years and like for a long, long time, like it's hard not to somehow put Mick Cronin into all this.
Oh, fucking oath. You have to, but he's been the coach for years.
Yeah. I don't think he's anymore, is he?
I think he's still involved up there.
He would be, yeah.
Like he's still working behind the bar whenever I go there.
Yeah,
like he would have served the boys all their first schooners, shown them their first pokies, their first horse.
He would have given them
all
their
the things that make rugby league great.
Yeah.
Have the crow's fingerprints
Mick Cronin
all
would
over
have
it.
served them their first schooners at 14 years old. No, Mick wouldn't do that.
No,
Allegedly.
never. Not at Cronin.
Allegedly. But yeah, like all the success there, what is it, like 5 or 6 people from Gerringong is it debuted this year or something absurd? Yeah. Like when Mick Cronin coached the local team for years and years and years, it just has to have his paws over it, doesn't it?
I think it'd be very interesting to look at because I think like obviously there was 6 players that played on the weekend, and I think they've had 7 or 8 altogether. A Gerringong versus the Mount Druitt boys right now.
Yeah.
Number of boys just out of that Mount Druitt suburb and Gerringong, 2 real hot spots. Worth noting, neither of them are in Queensland, which is great to fucking see. Billy Burns Toast, one of my favourite Instagram handles, if not my favourite Instagram handle. I haven't run the numbers, but it'd be right up there with the very best of them. What do you got for me stepping in for Nicola?
Yeah, so as one window closes, another opens, or is it a door?
God bless you, Kat.
Thank you.
As one door closes, another one opens. Nicola out, Billy Burns comes in. 359k, break even 59. In 8 games with 65-plus minutes this season, he's averaging 55.8. It's pretty good going for a bloke at just 359k. Now, how's the matchup against the Titans this week? I gather he will come in on the right edge. So that'll be running at...
Foz and Fermor.
Not that it's the end of the world, but the other edge would have been like, oh. But regardless, it's the Titans this week, day game in Cronulla, so very playable if you need a number. By next week, but I would imagine he does, but like, are we assuming he retains an 80-minute edge roll for the rest of the season?
Billy Burns?
Yeah.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I don't know who would take minutes off him.
I think he's a decent trade. Like you're bringing in a very playable option. You're freeing up a fair bit of cash in the meantime. Don't mind it.
So when he's playing 80 minutes this year, he's averaging around about 40 base starts.
Yeah, I didn't have that one, mate. But yeah, good attacker though. Runs a good line.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm just having a look at his numbers now. His game's playing 80 minutes on the edge, 46 base starts, 44, 33, 36, 44. So yeah, around about the 40 mark.
Tell the other thing, Ramian and Nicola out on the right edge. Left edge, they're going to see a lot of ball, you'd reckon.
I mean, yes, he has the Titans game this weekend, which is it's not a great matchup when you look at the guys who will be defending on him. The bye the week after Newcastle Canterbury, it's not lights out.
Put it this way, it is an investment in the sense that, all right, you're freeing up like so many people in their last 2 or 3 trades.
Yeah.
Let's say you're selling one of these infinite number of back rows who have been injured. You're still holding on to Dylan Lucas or whoever it might be. Probably not Dylan Lucas, hopefully. And you go down to him, you free up a ton of cash, and then with your other trade, you can get another star in somewhere, a genuine gun. And then if you need to play him, you've got an 80-minute edge back row at a team who can put some points on and use their back rows really well. So I'm not saying it's lights out, but I just think there's a serious option in him.
Left edge, left centre, Hiroti. Oh, I assume he'll be... I know he'll probably be right centre, won't he, Hiroti?
Yeah.
I don't know why I had in my mind he'd be left centre, but he definitely won't
because
be
he played left all year because Rainey hadn't missed games. Yeah, funnily enough, I did the same. There you go.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Aw. It's so cute, guys.
Bad day to be a pod with these 2 P's. Talk to me.
I just got that as well.
Oh, my God. Yeah. That just worked on so many levels, being on a podcast and all as well.
Thank you.
That real missed opportunity not to call it 2 pods in a P, because pods has a meaning in it.
Look, Kat, just leave the jokes to the funny people. I keep fucking telling you, just leave the jokes to the funny. Hiroti, talk to me.
5 games this season, averaging 65.4 points per game with a whopping 38.2 in base.
Yeah.
That included one performance of 23 points in 80 minutes with 23 in base. So that was absolutely the outlier. A few tries in there and whatnot, but yeah, huge base stats, gets through his work, decent draw on the run home. Post-bye, they go Knights into Doggies. Doggies, ladder pendant, but potential restings in there. But yeah, Hiroti, he's another one who had a pretty good price. He's about 359K. A bit more, 373K. He's, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Is there anything, and I don't know why I have this in my head. I have it in my head that it's better to be at left centre for the Sharkies than at right centre. Is there any numbers to back that up, or am I just talking out of my ass?
The numbers would purely be the fact that Jesse Ramian does not score tries or set them up, and the left centre, aka Kaeliro, and Hiroti, who are scoring for fun there. Talakai, I don't think has been crossing since he moved there, but yeah, left centre's a gold mine, so I would prefer him at left centre. But he's in the exact same category as Billy Burns, where it's the exact same argument. You're freeing up cash and getting a very playable option each week.
Yeah, Talakai's only scored one try out there, but yeah, the other boys have been on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, our next name on this. Such a Bob stepping on a rake. Scott Drinkwater. It's been a disappointing back end, mate.
Well, the real dagger was just the goal kicking, because it takes he's had a few back-to-back 40s.
Man, I think he's had a few 30s in there, bro. He's been
43, 34.
Yeah.
So, and he didn't kick in those two games. So if he goal kicks in those games, granted they didn't score a lot of points, particularly against the Sharkies from memory, but it takes those to 45 and the Sharkies to 45 odd, and then the Eels to mid 50s, and it's not as alarm bells, but just losing the goal kicking was the real dagger. Do you know why that happened?
No idea. No, North Queensland, fuck knows what happens up there.
Anyway, Scotty Drinkwater, people looking at, do we hold, sell, what's the plan? Has absolutely underwhelmed. What I will say is 2 of his next 3 games are in Townsville. He averages 74.7 points per game in Townsville this season. That did include that 14-point bludger back in round 11. So, look, against the Knights, who are missing players this week, their draw's not bad up until they miss round 27. If there were games away, I'd be particularly scared, but Drinkwater in Townsville I love.
Sorry, what did you say his average is at home?
Any chance of you listening to me when I read
these
stats?
I was reading something, so I missed that one. It's the one number. I heard you say that includes the 14 at home, which I thought, okay, blah, blah. I just missed that one number. I don't think it was a rude question, if I'm completely honest. What was the number?
74.7.
Okay, sweet. Very good. RTS. Roger Skuivasa-Shek. Talk to me.
Yeah. I've spoken about him just about every week for about the last 6 weeks, and this is probably the first opportunity that injuries around my side, because they have been back row involved, but tabbed at sort of CT dub, that it's allowed me to properly consider him. And games incoming against the Dragons, Titans, Eels and Seagulls. Look, 41 in the driving rain against the Doggies on the weekend with 23 in base. I'm happy to put a line through that. Doggies great D, horrific conditions. But the games before that, he had scores of 78, 79, 61 and 87. Base in those games of 40, 40, 43 and 44. I just think, the Warriors on the run home, yes, they're declining. They've got 2 of 4 at Mount Smart, 1 on the Gold Coast, and then round 27, that one's at Brookie against Manly. There aren't a lot of CT dubs for the run home that have good draws. Like, there are people who would appeal. Like, you could go someone like a Brian Toto or Blaze Talangi or maybe a Xavier Coates or whoever it might be, but they all have bad draws. The Doggies are the same. Stephen Crichton would be an option. Terrible run home. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck ticks a lot of boxes.
What does the Manly draw look like? Like, I remember in the preseason.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's still good.
Good. Yeah, it's so they've got Tigers away, Dolphins at Brookie, Dragons away, Warriors at Brookie. But all 4 in Sydney, so it's a good draw. What are you looking at?
I'm probably looking at fucking Turbo and Lehigh at the moment. If I can sort out the rest of this rabble of a shit fight.
Rabble of a shit fight. That's just a new one.
Thank you.
Have a go at this. So someone flagged this to me not long ago during the week. Let me go through. This time of year is normally, all right, who are the best CT dubs in the game for matchups and the best of the best. I've just ordered, I should say, the CT dub category by highest average. Herbie Farnworth, 84, injured. Kiraz, 78, active. I won't even read the number out. Ero's 3rd, injured. Lucas, 4th, injured. Val Holmes, 5, injured. Buchanan, 6, played 1 game. Fletcher Sharp, 7, injured. Zach Lomax. Then there's Graham Taufer at the Warriors, not picked. Tui Piloto, who has been named on the extended bench this week, but he's played 6 games all year. Mate, they're all injured, the best players at CT Dub. Crazy.
Insane. Wild. Is that deep dive done?
You didn't like that last one much, did you?
No, I didn't mind it.
Didn't care for it, though.
I've seen you do better. And I say that out of respect because I know the potential you have.
Well, that wasn't as part of the deep dive. That was just a bit off cuff.
Oh, that was just a little extra for the people at home. Fuck the
I thought it
value
was
you
great,
get
Timmy,
here.
personally.
Thank you.
I thought
it was
awesome.
interesting.
Kiss ass. All right, trades, captains. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but it will be the opposite of whatever he says. I'll be going rogue. Depending on what he does, there's every chance I just lean into this Manly good run and go like a turbo Lehigh sort of combo and just hope that Garrett gets a heaps of pill down that edge. Or I don't know. I'm sort of all at sea. Those are the guys I'm probably looking at, but I'm going rogue, as I said. Probably better to listen to Timmy, what he's doing as far as making a real play for the back end of the season.
Yeah. Why I'm feeling okay, despite the injuries, is there's no one I need back into my team. I got Payne Haas last week.
Oh, you didn't? So what did you end up doing last week?
I went Zach Hosking to Payne Haas.
And that was
Traded
Yeah.
yourself out. That's crazy.
I did. I moved myself out.
Huge.
Yeah. So it worked out well
like
thus
that.
far. So just the one trade. So I've got 5 to go. So
You must be sitting okay as far as you must be sitting in a fucking. Surely there wouldn't be too many guys in the top 2,000 with 5 trades left.
no, so I'm sitting well.
Yeah.
I've had a lot, again, preface, Herbie aside, I've had a lot of injuries in recent weeks to lowly owned players. Like when injuries to Keon happen and Dylan Lewis, when everyone owns, you don't even whinge about it. We're in the same boat, shut up, get over it. But I've just like Isaiah Yeo, Britton Nicker, Jesse Ramey, they're all the pods in my team were like, I'm the only one getting screwed by him. Had it not been for that, I would be extremely well placed.
Yeah.
But that's become a little bit of an issue. But yeah, Karapani back in Tino, so that helps a little. So what I do want to do is I want to turn Britton Nickera into Hudson Young next week. Hudson's down to 600K, and the Raiders they've got a good draw home. They do have Penrith. Hutto will be running at, it'll be Cleary, which is not the end of the world.
Cleary and Martin.
Blaze would have been wonderful. Funnily enough, Hosking will be running at Blaze. But yeah, so I think I want to, whatever my trades are this week, whether I use 1 or 2, will be probably centred around freeing up cash to go Nickera to Hudson Young next week in one hit. So, look, I might even just go like a Ramian down to Hiroti. I need to sort out what I want to do longer term and players that I want to target, but there's also a world where I just go Ramian down to like Hayden Buchanan, who I'm hoping sort of sits there for the rest of the season and holds his spot. I don't plan on playing him anyway, but he's 198K, so that frees me a lot of cash that I want to do elsewhere. That's probably the more viable play, and just do that.
I think with the Sully injury, I think he probably will stay there.
How long is Sully out for?
I think he returns around 27.
Okay.
If he does.
So huge for Buchanan, who was there before the injury anyway. So, and he killed it, so that's got to help.
Yeah.
So, and look, there's a few options around that, but yeah, maybe it's like a Ramian down to Buchanan, and then that'll free up a ton of cash to go sort of Nickera to Hudson Young next week. It'll also leave a bit of money in the kitty to maybe go, whether it's Karapani or someone to a, not that Ramian was a gun CT dub, but I would like one more very good CT dub just to sit v start a little bit. So
I was just having a look, mate. I don't know if we mentioned it earlier or not, but Tino obviously returning. As we said, we're a little bit sceptical about what he scores this week. But after that, like he's in the top 1%. He's only owned by 50%. It's a good little play to have there.
beautiful, yeah.
Still got him.
Yeah. I mean, I only need to see 1 week of him playing half decent minutes and going well, and go bang, he's playing
Bang
again.
straight
So.
in. Yeah, yeah. Well, I think after this week he's an automatic each week again. But yeah, I thought his ownership might be a little bit higher than that. What are you doing trades wise this week? You got your eyes on anyone at the moment?
No, I was taking notes of everyone that Timmy said.
You should. Yes.
No, what is interesting though is
You'll be on the Lehigh train with me, mate.
Oh yeah, I think you said fullback earlier. He's playing on the wing. Turbo's at fullback.
Yeah, well, I'll have them both regardless.
Gotcha.
Yeah, is what I'm thinking of doing. But part of my logic is whoever plays fullback, I'll have them.
Yeah, that's fair.
So,
that's
yeah.
fair. I in the past would have jumped on like getting Turbo on my team so quickly, but I'm just so cautious of where Manly are at, his injuries, like how hard he's actually gonna go.
How many trades you got left?
5. We're the same.
Have we all got 5 trades left?
Yeah.
I have been dishing out trades
Damn, a
like they're
Yahtzee.
going
Good to
out
see.
of fashion.
That's caught
guys.
us.
Are you out of boost?
No, I got 2.
Oh, no.
I wish I could give one of you
Hurts to think about.
or both of you a boost. Anyway, I'm actually pretty happy with how my team's placed at the moment. Over the last couple of weeks, I've bought players that I wanted for a while, like Payne Haas, for example. I've got him. I've got Cleary. I've actually got RTS already. I've got Lomax Kiraz, Mark Nawakina Tawase. Like, I feel like my team's doing all right. Teddy as well.
Did you take a bit more hope out of Mark off the back of last week?
Yeah.
I think Hugo helps for a bit more balance.
Honestly, I think it was only a matter of time where, and we spoke about it on Bloke Podcast, we spoke about it on this, of Robbo going, I've got this weapon out there, we need to find ways to use him more. And they hadn't been kicking to him at all.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, they start doing it. Like, everything was targeted at Daniel Tupu. They went to Nwanganita a few times last week, and they got rewards. So nothing has changed for me. Like, I thought he was a play just on matchups, and he got a good one last week with, Herbie out on that edge in particular. And prior to all these injuries hitting, and I still might, but I think he's just sit this week probably against the Doggies. And then...
Did you play him last week?
Yeah.
Good on you. Good move.
Thanks, mate. But then 2 of the next 3 weeks to come after this, he's got great matchups again, and I think he scored really well in those. So I just think he's matchup based.
Yep. Very, very fair. What about captains wise? It's an interesting week for captains. What are you thinking, mate? I'll throw some shit at the wall after you, but you're sitting in the driver's seat with something to play for. What are you leaning towards?
I'm pretty comfortable in going. I was very comfortable in doing it. And then, who was it? I think Spy might have talked it down a little bit on the Playbook podcast. Matty the Waterboy from the nosebleeds shot it down unprompted.
I have no idea what you're going to say here.
Nicho Hines captain against the Titans in a day game. I think I'm going to captain him, and I'm not saying my arm can't be twisted, but yeah, I'm looking at going Nicho. Look, there aren't a lot of great matchups this week. Have a look.
Yeah, no, I agree. Nicho in a game the Sharks should win. His edge completely changes. Billy Burns and Hiroti there. I'm
not that concerned because I just think even potentially losing players on his edge, he might even just sweep more on that left edge, which I can see them possibly targeting. And like, I can see him scoring a try or assisting 1 or 2 with like him sweeping left and Trindle hitting Nicho out the back, then he hits Mulitalo on the wing or plays short to Talakai. I can see him wanting to get involved on that edge more because he's lost so much of his strike on the right. So if the weather's good in Sydney on Saturday and he gets a dry track against the Gold Coast Titans, I like it more that the Sharks are coming off a loss because they're going to be fired up. They tend to have a shit game and then go, let's have a crack now, and then they'll win well this week and then they'll lose the following week because they'll get cocky. On a week where I don't think there are a lot of great options. I know Nicho probably doesn't have the ceiling of recent years and he hasn't looked like it as such.
Yep.
But it's still there. It's just not coming out too often. But like, there is also a world where Nicho goes vintage Nicho and scores 150. And I want a piece of that. So, yeah, I'm thinking Nicho Hynes. What are you thinking?
I think the tough matchup on Thursday night will scare people off a little bit, but I still love a VC on Nathan this game. I think Penrith could put the sword to Melbourne here a little bit.
Yeah, fair.
I think you got Seve and Chan playing in the centres.
Yeah, jeez.
I can just see Nath starting to pick them apart personally. Teddy against the Bulldogs, I don't think that's a bad play. I don't know what the weather's meant to look like, but if you get another rainy weekend where it could be low scoring, Terrell May off a bye, I fucking love against Manly. I think that's a good little option. And
weekend weather looks clear.
Clear? Okay. I still don't hate Terrell May off a bye anyway. But the other one I don't mind, mate, as you pointed out before, Scotty Drinkwater against Newcastle at home.
Yeah.
I tend to agree with Spy and Matty. My instant reaction is I don't love the Nico play. Who do you reckon will be the most popular captain this week? Like I don't think it'll be Hines. I think that Teddy score last week will influence a number of people.
Yep.
And I think Drinkwater will be appealing to people.
Lomax would have been except he's had 2 stinkers, as you know all about.
Oh, yep. Not the greatest captain last week.
That's what I mean. Like, I'll have a look, but in my team, I don't see any standouts.
Yeah, maybe my Hines will be a little bit more popular. Do you have any thoughts, Catman? Anyone jumping out at you?
I actually really like the Terrell May. I think Tigers are really kicked into gear recently. Like they've just got a really nice momentum, and I think having May off a bye, like you mentioned, I think they had a really great game before that as well, and I think they will have come into this week wanting to do that again. I think someone like him is, I don't know, he's never a bad shout for a captaincy.
Geez, 235's not bad for the Tigers in that game. I know you love Manly and think they're always going to be fucking premiers next week. But
I tip the Tigers on bloke. Good. So screw you.
That's because I did.
Oh, yeah. Nathan Cleary, most popular captain, but it's wide open. 16%. He's 40% VC. This is among the top 10% overall, so not a shock. He'll be a very popular VC. Jaden Campbell, 15% captain, 4% VC. Would not be doing that against the Sharks.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. Zach Lomax is at 11%. I don't mind Zach Lomax against the Bunnies. Scotty Drinkwater's 10%. If he was goal kicking, if we get word he's goal kicking, which we probably won't, I'd do Scotty D, I reckon. But
did Laybut kick on the weekend?
He has 2 weeks in a row. I know.
Right.
Nico is 5th, 8% captain, 18% VC. So Teddy's 7% captain, 8% VC. Terrell May, 8% captain. It's wide open. I'll tell you what, for anyone bringing in Tom Trbojevic, currently it's 17% among the top 10% overall. He's at 4.6%. If I had Tommy Trbojevic, I'd roll the dice on him. Payne Haas at 4% captaincy. He's been grossly overlooked.
That's fair.
He was unbelievable last week. Do you own him?
No.
You going to get him? No.
Do you own him?
Yeah.
No.
Wonderful.
Fuck him.
So, yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to go Nico Hynes.
The more you talk, the more I am warming to it a little bit when you point out how many other different options there will be. If he does just get perfect storm, he could have one of those 100-plus games.
Yes. And look, at the end of the day, and I don't want to talk people into it because I'm quite keen on it, but I guess that is why we're here.
Can't get KG in week 24.
No. His lowest score since round 7 is 48, and he hasn't exactly been setting the world alight.
Fair.
His lowest score of the season is a 38. That was in round 6 in Perth against Manly. I don't know if it was wet or not, but 5-round average of 84. So
I think you need to stop talking.
That's what I was saying.
I think you're putting up a good argument.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think, mate, whoever wins Supercoach this year would have made a good captain choice this weekend. Feels like
It's
one
not
of
a
those
bad
weeks.
call. Yeah.
Feels like one of those weeks that could separate a few
And
there.
it might be a safety Sam week where it's so boring at this time of year when there's generally good matchups, but half of these top options could score 40 to 50, and then you might jag Terrell, who gets a try and scores 120. Like,
interesting times. Now that I look at it, if I've got Turbo, I will probably just throw my keys in that bowl, I reckon, and see how we go.
if you're getting Turbo on a week like this, I think you do it.
Yeah, very fair. Were you going to say something?
Did Fizz brush us, or did you just?
I completely forgot.
Yeah, we'll plug him in.
Should we just chuck to Physio now?
We can just record it separately, and I'll chuck it in before the deep
before-
dive or before Blue Wealth. Yeah, sure. Would you want to just end the show? Then we'll quickly add in Physio.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's not on the sheet. Where do we usually do it?
Before Blue Wealth, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think.
You know what? Maybe we do him after Blue Wealth.
Either way.
I reckon that's where we do
It's
it.
all right. Well, either way, you end team list, do Fizz, then we do Blue Wealth. So it doesn't need to transition.
Sweet.
You can just do it.
Yeah.
And then I'll throw it in. That's fine.
Cool. So wrap it up, and then we'll just quickly do Fizz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So wrap it up now?
Yeah.
And then we'll do Fizz, yep. All right, I think that'll do us, Timbo.
I reckon so.
Another big week. We've got the late show coming your way a little bit later tonight.
You don't even know yet, but we're doing things a little different.
Well, good, because I didn't buy any footy cards this week.
Oh, really?
So that works out well, unless that's what you were relying
That's
on.
disappointing. They were a hit.
They were a hit. Mate, you can go to a servo at any time you want, all right?
Yeah, I'm busy, Ruth.
Fuck me. Jesus Christ. That'll do me. Lontel, the fastest internet I have ever experienced personally. It is sensational. Links down below. Go and check it out. And Blue Wealth Property buying a house in your superannuation. Great things. Buying a property in your super. The webinar is live on Thursday, the 21st of August. The link is down below in the description. Once again, anything from you?
Late show this week. Run home super pods, sub 10% owned flyers to give you an edge on rivals. That's what we're going to do.
Okay.
And number 2, if you listen to Beers and Breakevens right now at 3 o'clock on the dot, it'll be about 4 o'clock by the time it's done. These little bad boys, mate. First SC Playbook merch drop. Yeah. First little merch drop coming out for SC Playbook, 6 p.m. T-shirts in navy and white.
I saw Rando in the white today. Very nice.
Yes, very nice. There's a tremendous video coming out with it, so check out socials at 6 p.m. scplaybook.com.au shop.
Oh, fantastic. Look fucking good over there.
Thanks, mate.
Did you bring any for us?
Any what?
Did you bring us one?
We get a t-shirt or?
Yeah, I can get you a T-shirt.
Yeah, fucking.
Sweet, thanks.
No t-shirts for us. Rando's fucking peacocking around in his.
Running out of
Hey,
petrol.
old mate Rube, been here for years before Rando. Fuck him.
I've got more.
Fuck him. Here's one for Rando, though. You have one, buddy.
Yeah, it's rude, isn't it?
Load
What
dog.
a roast on Rando.
Weak gutted. It's a roast on you, mate.
Yeah, I know it is. I was trying to turn on Rando.
Fuck, Rando looks good in a white shirt, though. All right. Pleasure as always. We'll see you next week.